In this day and age, TV shows can come and go after just 1 or 2 seasons. A new way of enjoying zombie killing with your friends is now here, with Turtle Rock Studios' Back 4 Blood now officially out. That's why it's outright impressive that a show like history's American Pickers has been on air since 2010, and is going strong on its 22nd season. After all, Pickers is no soap opera with an ever-evolving cast of characters. It's a reality TV show that has managed to cling on to the majority of its original starts throughout its duration, with just one major shakeup when Mike Wolfe's longtime picking partner Frank Fritz departed from the show in 2020. With Fritz gone, the main players of American Pickers are antique archaeology boss Mike Wolfe, and the head of the company's office, Danielle Colby. Visually, the heavily tattooed Danielle and everyman Mike couldn't be any more different, and their differing job descriptions mean that their roles are quite separate for the majority of the series, as well. While you are doing your best to save what's left of the world, you might be thinking about those precious trophies and achievements and how you can unlock them. Nevertheless, the two have known each other for a long time, and the bond they share is much deeper than you might expect. Let's take a look at Mike Wolfe and Danielle Colby's relationship. Mike Wolfe and Danielle Colby started on a wrong foot, as anyone who has watched American Pickers can easily tell. Danielle Colby and Mike Wolfe are on excellent terms. Fret not, our guide to all achievements and trophies in Back 4 Blood will help you plan out your progress. With a total of 55 achievements, 56 trophies to unlock, there is much to do before you are done. Here is the complete list for your planning pleasure. All achievements and trophies in Back 4 Blood. If you playing Back 4 Blood solo, then, unfortunately, you will not be unlocking any of the trophies or achievements. It is a baffling decision, one that will likely change in the coming days. However, as Colby revealed in an interview with Freshly Inked, via Outsider, their first meeting was quite a bit less amiable than what you see in the show. For now, if you are hoping to unlock all the Back 4 Blood trophies or achievements, be sure to team up with others. To up your game even further, be sure to visit the Geek Culture Back 4 Blood Wiki Guide and reap the benefits of our hard-earned knowledge. Drop a Facebook comment below. When it comes to killing the undead, there is no substitute for a reliable bullet through the head. On that front, there are plenty of options at your disposal when you jump into Back 4 Blood. According to her, she was rummaging through a yard sale in Wolfe's hometown, when the ever-vigilant picker turned up and bought a cool lamp from under her nose. When the understandably irate Colby confronted Wolfe about his actions, he merely stated, "Sorry girl, the time to buy it is when you see it." It's easy to imagine this moment turning sour pretty quickly, but fortunately for American Pickers, Colby was impressed by Wolfe's unapologetic attitude. "I liked his sass," she said. "We were pretty much inseparable after that." To be fair to Wolfe, he did have something to be sassy about. With a variety of assault rifles, machine guns, sidearms, shotguns, and more, knowing which is the best for your playstyle will help you survive longer. Hence, Geek Culture's Back 4 Blood Best Weapons Guide is your new best friend. Your preference might matter, but sometimes, pure numbers will win the day. Colby has told Yuppie Punk that Wolfe has been a picker since at least 1990. Here's what you can potentially look forward to when fighting against the Ridden in Back 4 Blood. Advertisement filled down pointing triangle best weapons in Back 4 Blood best sidearm. Tech 9 with no rounds left for your primary weapon. The last thing you need is an ineffective sidearm. The Tech 9 is great for spraying and praying, and with Ridden up in your face, there is no need to care about accuracy. No aiming, just hold down the trigger for a bloody fun time. Best melee weapon. Fire axe bullets will run out. A sharp fire axe is always going to be there for you. As the man himself told USA Today Life in 2012, he considers picking a way of life instead of just a cool hobby. If you can forego a sidearm for a melee weapon, choose the fire axe. It deals huge damage when it hits, and you can buy yourself precious breathing room when surrounded. Just note that it requires a chunk of your stamina to use, so tailor your deck accordingly. Best assault rifle. M4 Carbine. How can you have a Ridden apocalypse without a trusty assault rifle? The M4 Carbine is one of the best weapons in Back 4 Blood simply because of its overall well-roundedness. "Like for me, it wasn't a choice that I became a picker," he said. "It was just something I was born with."
The recoil is manageable, its damage output is on the high side, and all the cleaners can handle it well. Whether you are aiming down sights or using it from the hip, the M4 Carbine is going to do well for most players. Best submachine gun. MP5. Another reliable source of damage comes in the form of the MP5, which gives you considerable stopping power while still allowing you to zip around. I wanted to give the item a voice, and I wanted to give the person a voice, and that's exactly what the show does, and that's why it connects with people. Danielle Colby and Mike Wolfe go much further back than you might think. Longtime viewers of the show may have gathered that Mike Wolfe and Danielle Colby have known each other for a while. The only downside is its high rate of fire will require you to constantly reload. Find a horde of zombies, keep moving and keep firing. That is the solution for keeping you alive. Best shotgun. AA-12. What is better than a powerful shotgun? A powerful shotgun that fires quickly, that's what. The AA-12's high fire rate combined with its boomstick power makes it a prime choice for players who love getting into the thick of it. A great leveler to have. Just do not be expecting to hit weak points consistently with this shotgun, even if it's one of the best back 4 blood weapons. Best light machine gun. M249. If you are outnumbered and need a quick solution, we will recommend the M249. The light machine gun has plenty of ammo to spare, not to mention high stopping power, all of which makes light work of any ridden unfortunate enough to be in your way. Even with the longer reload time, this weapon is well worth a pick. Best sniper rifle. M1A. If for some reason you prefer to deal damage in a considered manner and from afar, the M1A sniper rifle is your best weapon of choice in back 4 blood. How much of this comes from prolonged association over the show's lengthy tenure, and how much of their chemistry existed beforehand? Turns out, the pair goes much further back than the casual observer might assume. Despite its relatively lower power compared to other sniper rifles, it compensates for that with its high fire rate. If a headshot does not connect, several body shots will put any ridden down. How to obtain weapons in back 4 blood. Getting new weapons in the game is a pure game of chance, whether you are picking them off the floor or buying it from the store in between levels. In a 2010 interview with Yuppie Punk, Colby revealed that they actually knew each other a good decade before the show even started, and that Wolfe's commitment to the show was instrumental in her own decision to step in front of the camera. For reference, Wolfe has told USA Today Life that he founded Antique Archaeology in 2001, so their friendship predates both the show and the company itself. Mike has been a really dear friend of mine for almost 10 years, and he has helped me on all of my projects for about 10 years, so I knew without a doubt, if he was a part of American Pickers, not only would it be successful, but it would be kick-ass too. Colby spoke of their relationship. He's just a really cool guy. I didn't really have any trepidation at all. So, if you see something you like, be sure to grab it straight away. This way, you can apply new upgrades that can suit you more, and become even more effective down the line. I just figured if Mike's on board, I'm on board. Danielle Colby and Mike Wolfe are not a couple. When you witness the familial chemistry between Mike Wolfe and Danielle Colby on American Pickers, it's easy to start thinking that they're far more than just friends and colleagues. However, Colby was aware of this misconception pretty early on, and shot down the rumors of the duo's romantic involvement in a 2010 interview with Yuppie Punk. Well, Mike's taken, she laughed. You were better off spending that copper while you were alive better than when you were dead. Now that you are armed to the teeth with not just knowledge but also the right weapons for the job, it is time for you to take back the world from the ridden. And not by me. There's a lot of misconceptions about that. If you require more help in the world of back 4 blood other than the best weapons, be sure to visit the Geek Culture Back 4 Blood Wiki Guide for more assistance. Drop a Facebook comment below. People think that Mike and I are dating, which isn't true at all. I get a lot of emails from people asking if me and Mike are married. Over a decade later, the question is evidently still on people's lips, as The Sun ran an article exploring the nature of the pair's relationship in early 2021. The answer, it turns out, is still that Wolfe and Colby aren't an item, nor have they ever been. Colby has been married twice, and is currently in a relationship. Meanwhile, Wolfe has been with Jodie Feith, pictured on the left, since 1994, and they married in 2012.
However, TMZ reported in the summer of 2021 that Feith has filed for a divorce. Danielle Colby, Mike Wolfe, and the Frank Fritz controversy, American Pickers, has been in the spotlight recently, thanks to what's arguably the biggest controversy of the show's history. The big news, of course, is longtime star Frank Fritz's exit from the show midway through 2020's season 21, and the reported feud between him and Mike Wolfe. In July 2021, Fritz fired some serious shots toward his longtime friend and partner in an interview with The Sun, stating that the two have drifted apart, and suspecting that Wolfe has been eyeing his brother, Robbie, as Fritz's replacement. Meanwhile, Wolfe and the network confirmed that Fritz isn't going to return to the show, via Entertainment Weekly. "I will miss Frank, just like all of you, and I pray for the very best and all good things for him on the next part of his journey," Wolfe wrote. As for Danielle Colby, a post on her Instagram account showed her and Wolfe smiling happily. The accompanying text further underlined that while she's sad to see Fritz go and hopes that things will go well for him, she remains 100% pro-Wolfe. "Out on the road again with my best friend and my big brother whose I support fully and stand behind," she wrote. "Thank you for the last decade of advocacy towards myself and others on set. At Mike Wolfe American Picker, I'm proud of how you have handled the last 12 years and look forward to many more years of rolling around this big blue marble together. I'm truly saddened for the loss of Frank on the show. I'm incredibly sad for his struggles. I have personally watched everything over the last decade. I have many thoughts but won't speak them as they are only my thoughts, not gospel." Danielle Colby and Mike Wolfe teamed up for a fan-favorite episode since Frank Fritz left. American Pickers, Mike Wolfe and Danielle Colby have been carrying the show on their shoulders with the help of a supporting cast of pickers. This has been a pretty successful endeavor, seeing as Pickers has been doing better than you might think without Fritz, to the point of actually scoring more viewers than the last episodes of the Fritz era. Though the loss of Fritz and Wolfe's easy road trip chemistry must have been potentially daunting for the show, there was actually some precedent about Wolfe and Colby's ability to deliver without their co-host. In fact, the highest-rated episode of American Pickers, according to IMDb, is the season 16 episode, SGT. Pickers' Lonely Hearts Club. It featured Fritz on a B-plot solo venture, while Colby and Wolfe teamed up to rummage through some cool locations in Missouri and Illinois.